In a small town, nestled between rolling hills, there stood an old post office, a brick building that had witnessed decades of history. It was a place where residents gathered to send letters, pick up parcels, and share snippets of their lives. Among them was a man named Sam, a local photographer with a keen eye for the extraordinary and the ordinary. One rainy afternoon, seeking to capture the essence of community life, Sam entered the post office with his camera. He had always been fascinated by the interactions that took place inside, the warmth of the exchanges, and the stories that unfolded in a seemingly mundane setting. As he began photographing people waiting in line, the atmosphere was cheerful, punctuated by laughter and friendly banter. However, his presence soon drew the attention of the postal workers. A supervisor approached him, her expression turning serious. "Excuse me, sir, you can't take pictures in here. It's against our policy," she stated firmly. Surprised, Sam responded, "I'm just capturing the spirit of the community. This is a public place, and I have the right to photograph here." The tension in the air thickened as the supervisor insisted, "We need to protect the privacy of our customers. You'll have to stop." As the confrontation escalated, a few patrons began to voice their support for Sam, reminding the workers that photography in public spaces was protected under the First Amendment. But instead of backing down, the supervisor called the police, fearing that Sam's defiance would disrupt their operations. Within minutes, 2 officers arrived. They were greeted with the tense scene unfolding inside the post office. Sam explained his intentions, emphasizing his right to document life as it happened, especially in a place as significant as the post office. However, the officers seemed conflicted, torn between enforcing the workers' demands and upholding the rights of a citizen. The supervisor pressed the officers, "He's causing a disturbance. We can't have people taking photos of our customers without their consent. You need to make him stop." With a heavy heart, one of the officers turned to Sam. "Look, we don't want any trouble. Just delete the photos and everything will be fine." Sam felt a wave of despair wash over him. He had always believed in the power of his camera to tell stories and shed light on the everyday lives of people. Now, he was being asked to erase those moments, to silence his voice. "I can't do that. This is my art, my expression. You're asking me to compromise my rights." The tension was palpable. Some patrons stood in solidarity with Sam, while others looked on, unsure of what to do. A chilling silence enveloped the room as the officers deliberated. Suddenly, the supervisor took a step closer, her voice laced with anger. "You're just causing problems. If you don't comply, we'll have to take you in." With tears welling in his eyes, Sam felt a deep sense of loss, the loss of his freedom, of his passion, and of his ability to share the stories that needed to be told. He took a deep breath, realizing that this moment was not just about him, but about the rights of every citizen. In a final act of defiance, Sam positioned his camera to take one last shot, an image that would encapsulate the struggle for freedom of expression. But before he could press the shutter, an officer stepped forward, blocking his view. "Enough. You need to leave now," the officer commanded, his voice stern. With a heavy heart, Sam turned away, knowing he had lost this battle. As he exited the post office, he felt the weight of defeat pressing down on him. The rain poured harder, mirroring the sorrow he felt inside. He had entered the post office with hope and passion, but he left with a profound sense of injustice. Days turned into weeks, and while Sam continued to photograph his community, the memory of that day lingered like a dark cloud. It was a reminder that sometimes, in the pursuit of art and expression, one could face insurmountable obstacles. The post office remained a symbol of that struggle, a place where the fight for the First Amendment had seemed to crumble under the weight of fear and misunderstanding. Sam's heart ached not just for his lost photographs but for the broader implications of what had transpired. He knew that the fight for freedom of press and expression was far from over, and he vowed to continue advocating for those rights, to ensure that the voices of the community would never be silenced again.